Assalamu alaikum. Locking my hair was quite a trial, but once I got used to the technique of what it took, by careful studying, researching, and trials and error, I finally was able to lock my hair successfully. Welcome to my second tutorial where I will teach you the technique it took for me to lock in my hair, a very inexpensive method that I'd like a lady by the name of Phyllis Johnson. I came across her YouTube video. She was very informative in all of her video uploads of what it took to lock her hair. And when I saw it, I just fell in love. And just nothing was able to stop me then. I just said, I'm going to get locks. And I see the method that it takes. I see what it takes to take care of it. The price to get it locked was very expensive actually. So I decided, okay, no, I've got to figure out another route to doing this. And what I found was an easy method. The method I took to lock my hair was twist. I started with tiny micro twist in my hair, which took me forever. So you definitely have to have sabr when it comes to this. But within a few months, I started to see my hair slowly locking. Alright, here's what I did. I'm only going to use one. So here's a piece of his hair, if you can see. I did mine's micro. So I literally took two strands and twisted and twisted and twisted. Okay, and that's the end results of it. And now I'm going to apply the gel. Now carefully look at this. I use the gel on the tip and I twist. If you can see my twisting method, I would twist. You see it? Twist. And then I would clamp it down with one of the things that you use to keep the hair down. Okay? This is what I used. Alright, after the micro twist, I would leave my hair in for a week, wash it every week, which would be a regular wash under the water, in the shower with shampoo, conditioner. This went on for a good, I would say maybe 2 months. I then went ahead and invested in a good gel. Once I found the correct gel, actually the gel took some time because some gel is really not good for your hair when it comes to locking. But it took trials for the different gels that I needed, but in the beginning I used whatever gel I thought was suitable for me at the time. And I went ahead and I started to lock my hair. It wasn't a permanent lock as of yet. That took within 3 to 4 months to do, to actually finally lock. But that was the technique that I used. I twisted my hair, whatever size you want, you choose it that way. But I did a micro lock because I call my lock the sister lock. It looks the same. You can't even tell that I have a sister lock. But I micro twisted it, which took me hours, and let it just kind of do its thing. And that's when it took within 2 to 3 weeks of me applying within the second month I started to actually lock it with a locking gel. And from there I started to wash it less. I use the technique of dry wash because the lock was in there, and I didn't want it to have any type of smell. And from there I went ahead and decided on washing it every, every. Okay, so that was a technique. I'm making it sound longer and harder than it sounds, but believe me, if you got your paper in hand right now and you're writing this down, lock it, twist it, let it do its thing for several weeks, keep washing it, get a locking gel, and start the locking process, and let it do its thing. And the reward was worth it. When my hair locked, it literally took me about 3 to 4 months to actually lock. So I'm going to let you guys know now, it requires a lot of patience. Sabr, sabr, sabr. But the long-term effect is definitely worth it. If you can get something that you can hang up on the wall to give you that encouragement to say, this is how I'm going to look, inshallah, and this is how my hair's going to be, and it's going to be a permanent transition unless you're ready to just change it, then that would be up to you. But it will require you to be very patient, but very diligent in the techniques that it takes to have a perfect sister lock, or any other lock for that matter. Gel plays a major role in your hair locking. Without that dryness, without that like a whitish surface that comes on the hair, it's like a gooey substance, that gel plays a big role. And I realized that through all the trials that I've had, the gel that actually literally works is the one that I have in my cabinet. You'll be able to see that in the tutorial number 1. So I would highly recommend anyone that starts their lock, whether you want to do the lock that I've tried, which was doing the two-handed twist. I did mine very, very tiny. There's different techniques in how you can lock your hair, but the technique I used was the cheapest one, and it required patience, but the end result is proved to be, beneficial. So the key is in the gel. Invest in the right type of gel. Listen to any tutorial that you can hear about the different gels out there and see which one would work for you. The 3rd to 4th month is when my hair locked, and I literally celebrated for like 2 weeks. I was so excited. It is such a good feeling, and I hope anyone that take heed to what I'm saying, go ahead and upload their first experience with seeing it locking. It is nothing like it, because you realize that everything that you push for is in front of you. Alright, true or false? Are you ready? When people say once you lock your hair, it's permanent and you're stuck with it forever, and if you change your mind, as women tends to do, you have to cut it. That is false. There are people that have techniques, specific skill techniques in how to unravel locked hair, which means that if your hair has reached like to your ankles, they can literally unravel it, which will be a very time-consuming method. But they can unravel your hair and have it to where it is absolutely the same length as it was before. Here's a tip. See, we got to stop listening to these people, right? They don't know what they're talking about. Okay, now Miss Jojo, this section is for you. You suggested vinegar rinse. So I'm going to give it a try. This is apple cider vinegar that is supposed to be really good from what she said as far as cleansing the hair and getting all that buildup out, just in case you've messed up and you have that. So I'm going to give it a try, and I'll let you guys know how it turns out. But Miss Jodo, again, a personal thank you. Alright, this concludes my lock video tips and techniques. For those with keen eyes, if you can observe my scarf right now, this is what I meant by keeping your hair nice and cool. Alright, until next time.